Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer is co-chair of the Presidential Inaugural Committee. Governor Whitmer is in Washington, too. Governor Whitmer, we thank you so much for joining us. So close, but yet so far. Really appreciate you taking the time. So you're part of
I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, listen, we're very glad to be here, too. You're part of a bipartisan group of governors that is going to the inauguration today. Why do you think it's so important to show that type of unity on this particular day? It's been such a rough and tumble, nasty campaign. Bruised feelings, bruised egos.
It has been. It's been difficult. It's been vitriolic. It's been dangerous. And yet, we as a nation recognize the transfer of power. Today is an important moment. It is certainly in the middle of a pandemic. It is in the middle of what we've seen in terms of domestic terror threats, and yet we must move forward. And I know that Joe Biden is the right person at the right time, Kamala Harris to be his right hand. I just think that this is a chance for us to really talk about how we unify this nation, how we take on domestic terrorism, how we address racial inequity and get our kids back in school and get our people back to work. But it starts with getting our arms around this virus. And I know that's precisely what Joe Biden and Kamala Harris will be talking about, and that impacts us all.
I want to talk about the unity question, Governor, for just a second, because as you know, President Trump is not going to the inauguration today. A large group of his supporters do not believe that he is even a legitimate president to the United States. So how do you unite the country when there is a large chunk of people who do not believe the facts?
Well, it's not going to happen overnight, but it starts with having a leader who speaks to our common ground and our ideals and does the hard work of reaching out. It's difficult. It's incredibly hard in this moment. However, it's more important than ever. We have a common enemy that is a virus. We have to rally to this cause. Had the current occupant of the White House rallied us to this, we would have saved untold number of lives and be in a much stronger position economically. He didn't do that. Now the hard work is even harder for the Biden-Harris administration, but I know that they are up to this task. And it starts with that outreach, which it begins in earnest the day after he was elected president and continues today, the day he is sworn in as president.
You know, a lot of states have had trouble with the COVID vaccine distribution. How is it going in your state? Do you have what you need? No state has what we need. Unfortunately, the Trump administration, just like PPE and testing, did not have a national strategy when it came to vaccine administration, and we're running out of vaccines every day. People want to get this vaccine, but we need access to vaccines. We're getting about 60,000 a week. We want to do 50,000 a day, so we need a lot more. And I'm hopeful that this next administration, and I'm confident that they will be able to get us what we need so we can get people inoculated and eradicate this virus once and for all. And Governor Whitmer, I'm curious about how you're feeling today, because I think you have some kind of superpower. You were so calm, so cool, so collected when that very disturbing story broke about the plot to kidnap you and possibly do you bodily harm. What were your thoughts as you watched what was happening at the United States Capitol that day? I was watching, wondering what you were thinking and feeling, if you could share that with us.
Well, to listen to so many people say they couldn't believe this is happening. It's been happening. I've been trying to get attention to this. I've been trying to call people who hold office on both sides of the aisle to talk about domestic terrorism, call it out for what it is. I actually asked the White House, I asked Mike Pence directly, I asked Republicans in my own state, we need to lower the heat. It's getting dangerous. And then, of course, there was that plot to kidnap and kill me. This is the culmination of these things. And that's why no matter if you're a Democrat or Republican, anyone who is a person of goodwill and has a platform needs to say domestic terrorism will not stand. We have differences, sure. This is never acceptable.
You're right about that. Thank you very much, Governor Whitmer. Thank you.